Hey, Shalom, Shalom. I want to start off source by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors the apostle of Great Millstone, and honors you brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh, his real name of whom the Lord English calls God, Jehovah Yahweh. His real name is Yahweh, and his son's true name is Yahweh Shai. And when we pray Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba meaning in, Ha meaning done, Sham meaning name, so Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. This is a quick one. So the thing that's, people have been talking about over the last week or so, will Nancy Pelosi visit Taiwan or not? Right, and the answer seems to be yes, she will. Right. So this is one to keep an eye out for. Mrs. Pelosi will arrive in Taipei, the capital of Taiwan, tomorrow night, right, and meet politicians on Wednesday. I read in another thing. This is the Taiwanese broadcaster TVBS reports, citing sources, right? It says more U.S. military is moving assets closer to Taiwan, including aircraft carriers and multiple strato tankers. Right, you can see there, um, people speaking about World War III because that's ultimately what it is, right? That is, the season that we're in. This is Revelation 11:14 says the second woe is past, right? And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And that woes represent destruction. One days there have been two thus far, two large major destructions, right? World War One and World War Two, right? And then in the grand scheme of things, World War Three, right? Ain't been it's not been too long since World War Two, right? But this is going to be the war to end all wars. But this is the thing: more and more people are now starting to pay attention to what's going on, in that region, right? Of sort of like in that sphere of war, etc. Right now, obviously, people that follow a channel like this, Disclosed TV, are going to be of a certain mind, right? However, more and more people are starting to wake up to the fact that you look, man, this is the time now. This is Ephesians 5 from verse 14. It says, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Mashiach shall give thee light. Right? So, all of our people that are in this dead state of mind got to wake up, man. Right? It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. So understanding what time that we're living in, right? Let's bring this one up, blow the dust off of this one. This is Ecclesiastes 3, right? I've got sneezing coming. Ecclesiastes 3 from the top says to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, right? So everything is a season right now. We're in a season of war, as we're about to read, right? It's a time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted, right? I'm going to jump down to the point. Verse 8 says a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace, right? And we are not in the time of peace at the moment, man, right? Because he thinks he's, using his, witchcraft or whatever, or have you to bring about his new world order, but really he doesn't understand. All he's doing is helping to fulfill prophecies, right? And one of the prophecies he's fulfilling in here says, Matthew 24:6 says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? Now, different people are, questioning what's going to happen from this. I'll speak to certain people that are more aware of the geopolitics in the vein of like China and the Eastern world, and then some of them, they're saying it may end up being like a blockade on Taiwan. Now, if it was a blockade on Taiwan, right, i.e. nothing comes in or out or whatever, like a siege, if you will, right? We always got to remember that Taiwan, if I'm not mistaken, is like the world's largest chip manufacturer, right? I think it's Taiwan. Let me just look at it on my laptop. Chip manufacturer, real quick. TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, right? I believe that's one of the world's largest microchip manufacturers in the world, right? So then there has been, or there is, right, a chip shortage, right? So this will only exacerbate that. And then once again, this is just looking at the date, the first of the month, right? So these, well, I believe similarly, some things were happening, 1st of July, and everything. So as the apostle to us said, things this second half of the year, things are going to heat up, and we're seeing this, right? But let me continue on. Then you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yeah, we understand. This ain't gonna be the end. Ain't if there's a little skirmish over there, that ain't gonna be the end, because we know what the prophecies say, right? We know first that the MOTB is gonna be pushed, right? We know that what you call them, small hats, right, and then wigwams, wig wearers, right, are gonna be what you call it, key to stoking off these, the real thing, right? It says Jeremiah 49:20, right? It says, therefore, hear the counsel of Yahweh that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he has purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. And surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, right? Once again, this is referring to them small hats, right? And surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. All right, so them small hats are going to do something, right? And then that's gonna pull America into this a proper war, right? But we understand prophecies have to be fulfilled, right? But even even this, there was another thing. I don't know if I think it's gonna block me if I try go in. I mean, you see that there around vows to build nuclear warheads are provoked, right? But this is what I saw as well. It says, now China's Liberation Army just posted a new video on WeChat ahead of Pelosi's potential visit to Taiwan, right? And I was watching it. You see, I knew I was going to do that. I was watching it, and then of that clip, I said it's annoying. These things always want you to bloody log in, man. Saying it's annoying because what was I saying? Yeah, when I was watching that clip, right, of the Chinese military, it was just like watching the American military, right? But going into the fact that basically they have been part and parcel of this agenda, right? You read Revelation 18th chapter about how America's got all of these ships coming in there. A lot of them are coming from where? Coming from China, man. Right, it says 2 Ezra 15:46 is, and now Asia that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person, right? Asia, the Asian countries, for example, China and Japan. And one of the reasons Japan is such a strong economy, right, in the global stage, I think it's maybe the third strongest economy, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's because basically it got raped by America, and then basically America's been doing business or whatever have you from that land, right? And obviously we know the story of China, right? It says, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredoms with thee, right? And it goes on, but that's it. Woe unto these Asian countries, right? Woe unto China. They ain't got next, right? The Moabites have not got next, okay? Because they ain't profitable. Reading Sirach the 10th chapter, the Lord is going to set up over the rulership of the earth one that is profitable, right? And then just to home in on the points, the 2 Ezra 16:1 says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria, right? So Babylon, Egypt, Syria representing America, right? And Asia, literal, right? So woe unto you, man. Right, like, so I can't even pull it back up because of the bloody, Orth wall, as they call it. But yeah, like I said, one to keep an eye on, man. See what comes of this, and Positar said it in, what do you call it, in the live camp, and I'm with the same thing. I hope something she goes there, and I hope something happens. Yes, was always what I was edifying. Till next time, we say shalom.